How are you? Today we are discussing the strike. The strike is going on, Jacob, and I think it's the fourth day.
It's actually 3 days and only 3 days. The SEIU, yeah, said 3 days only.
So you're back today.
Well, as our audience is watching, yes, we'll be back by the time our audience is watching. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, so correct me if I'm wrong. The
Sure.
strike was for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of
Tu-
last week.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
So you'll be back at work on Friday.
Yes, sir.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This strike was not a direct strike of the teachers against, LAUSD, but instead it was a solidarity strike for Union Local 99, which would you would say is they call it the lowest paid workers of
Yeah,
LAUSD, but these are the staff like the janitorial services, teachers' aides, because kitchen and
yeah,
cafeteria.
cafeteria, yeah,
Would that be
security.
correct?
Correct. You got that right. That is accurate. Yes.
So, what do you think? Was it a comfortable move? I mean,
Well,
what was it like? What,
yeah. I'm
what,
glad you clarified that because I don't think I think some people think this was brought on by the teachers. We do have our contract negotiations happening at the same time, UTLA with the SEIU 990. But two different contracts, two different groups of people. Now you asked how did it go? Ruben, it rained Tuesday, poured on us. It rained Wednesday. In 2019 we went on strike and it rained that week, like the whole week. So, like I shared, 2 days of rain. And then the only day that didn't rain on us was on Thursday. So that was difficult. But you know what? You said the word solidarity, and that is definitely how it felt. We were with this other union. These are people who don't get paid as much as the teachers. And it was kind of it was a very festive. I know it sounds strange, but it's very festive when you're. Have you ever been on strike, Ruben?
no.
Okay. It's a very festive, believe it or not, festive situation because people are bringing food to us, parents, students come by, people who honk on the streets. You hardly ever hear anybody saying, "Hey, get back to work." I never heard that before, but I hear people honking, and the police brought donuts, and people brought food, like I said. And so there's music, and there's people doing drums and whistles, and it's like a party, Ruben. And so it's because everybody's saying, "Hey, we're with each other." Yes, this is two different unions, but we definitely are in agreement with this smaller union, and we want to support them and let them know that we understand that they are a big piece of the school system, school program per day, and without them, really the school can't really operate. And so yeah, it was, it's a mixed feelings because it's raining on us, but at the same time, it's a party feeling.
Well, the impasse is still happening, right? There's still an impasse. Nothing's changed, even though
No,
you're
but you know
to.
what? There's this LA Times talked about recently that the mayor just joined the negotiations, Mayor Bass, and she's a new mayor, as you know, for LA City. And I what I've read is that she's just there. She's not really taking proactive measures as being the leader of the negotiations. But you're absolutely right. There hasn't been any movement. No, that's not totally true, Ruben. I think about a week ago, the SEIU union 990 asked for 30%, and I believe the district offered 15% raise. Now you gotta remember, these people don't make a lot of money. Okay, so 15 sounds like a lot, but it's only a couple dollars. Okay, and then now recently, according to the Times, 23% was offered, plus like a 5% bonus for 1 year. Now that's pretty close to the 30% that they're asking for. So I don't know if they're still possibly going to strike again in the future. So that's to me close to 30%. But I
Well,
think,
I,
to be
I guess
fair, they're going
I
to.
guess my question was, there's still an impasse, which there is, correct?
Correct.
They're still on strike, or no?
No. So they only said they would go on strike for 3 days, which is, you're right.
Wait.
It's strange. I
Oh,
know.
oh, oh, so
It's
the LAUSD workers, the cafeteria
Yeah.
staff, they were also on strike for only 3 days?
everybody on strike for only 3 days.
I see.
And it has to do with pay, because these people can't be out of work more than 3 days. It's more difficult
So,
for them. Yeah.
so there's a couple of criticisms. What would you say to the criticism by Carvalho?
Uh, uh,
This is
yeah,
the
the
LAUSD
superintendent.
superintendent
Yeah,
who says, wait a minute, it's not just 3 days. These 3 days are, these are the students. These are carved out for the students.
sure.
They're important instructional time. 3 important days towards their instructional time. What do you
Sure.
say to that?
Well, I would should I share what I would say, or the union? I think the union's come out and said, hey,
What would you say? You're here.
yeah, I would say that because it's 3 days, 3 days only, that if and this is the staff, not the teacher strike, but because it's a staff strike, I support that. You know what, 3 days isn't going to do that much. How do I say it? Damage. I don't want to say damage to the kids, but it's if this group of people are able to get paid fair, I think that's a lesson to the kids, a civic lesson to them, right? That's saying, hey, you could speak out and make a difference, First Amendment right, and be able to negotiate with your employer a better rate of pay, right? And so I think that overall, it's a good message for their kids. Now, if it was longer, for like a week or two, then I'm starting to get a little worried.
Help me
for that.
understand this. Help me understand this though, because I'm a little confused.
Sure.
It feels to me on its face
Mhm.
not a very persuasive strike, in the sense that, not from the teacher's point of view, because the teachers, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Solidarity, they're going to
Solidarity, yeah.
support staff, but it feels like if the superintendent doesn't know how long they're going to be out, that feels more difficult to, that's a difficult pill to swallow, as opposed to well, we're going to be 3 days out. Yeah, you're coming back. We're
Yeah.
going to take a 3-day break. Carvalho's
Mhm.
going to say what he has to say. Don't you think they should have just be striking? And I'm not encouraging this.
Yeah. You know what,
I'm
Ruben, you
just
make a good.
wondering.
Can I just tell you, you make a good argument. You make a good point. I thought that as well. That, man, it'd be nice to, not nice. Of course, you don't want any strike. And then if anybody's ever been on strike, they know none of it's fun. Okay. But you believe in whatever you're fighting for, or whatever you're striking for. And so in this case, yes, Ruben, it's true. I think because of the hit financially, they can't even see that. Now you're saying, hey, that doesn't really help Cavallo, right? I mean, he has the upper hand. He can say, oh, they're done. They're going back to work. We're
Yeah.
That's a good point. At the same time, you know what they said today? They're like, hey, we might have to go out again if this doesn't get, if we don't get our 30%. I don't think, I mean, I don't want to say they're not going to get 30%, but I think that, maybe they get close, like 28 to 29%. And that would be a big victory. And so, yeah, I think that in a perfect world, like you shared, Ruben, like if it was us, the union, the UTLA union, we would continue to go until the impasse is over, right? Until there's a negotiation and there's an agreement between both sides. But in this case, they're just saying, hey, we might go out again. And I think because of that, maybe Cavallo would say, hey, I want to take care of this. And then now you have the mayor involved, the media. As you know, Ruben, this is all about media, isn't it? How are the teachers and the staff being portrayed out there? Is it negative? Is it are the teachers are most people feeling for the teachers? I mean, if you were out there in the streets, you would see we got a lot of support. Now, and I'm talking about the staff and the teachers. Now, if it were to go longer, who knows? Maybe the tide would turn, and maybe this is a smart tactic as well too. So it's a short one, and there's no way that I should say no way, but this causes the media and the population, right, the general population to say, hey, maybe this was a worthwhile strike, because this wasn't forever. This was just to send a message to say, hey, we need to be looked after, and we need to get a raise.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, if it's a targeted strike to sort of create a media sensation, to persuade the public, to start to get them on your side,
yeah, then
that's a different kind of motivation. But
I think so.
Okay, I mean that sounds fair to me. Well, we hope they get what they want.
Yeah, it's 23%, and that's probably going to be closer to like $22 an hour That's not bad, Pib. As you know, inflation's up right now. A lot of these people, this is their sole income because, and a
You're
lot of them
saying
do work full time.
you're,
Not all of
you're
them.
saying you're saying $22 an hour is what they're getting?
With this 23% that so far they negotiated. Now, if they get it close to 30%, I think it'd be more close to like 24,
That's
$25.
that's the basic
Bottom,
rate.
yeah, the bottom line, yeah.
Right, because they're at different pay scales.
Yeah, different pay scales.
Depending on whether they started and
Sure, exactly.
okay.
So this is a 30%. This is right now it's 23, but they're asking for 30% for wherever they're at, right? If they've been there for the district for 10 years. Now, the problem is that they haven't had a raise in a while and their rates haven't really gone up in years. So that's why, yeah.
You and I have talked about, I think our most recent video, I think it has a few views about the American Teachers Act, American Teacher Act, and that it's one thing to get paid $60,000 in Idaho or in Kentucky or Texas, but we're living in California.
Yeah.
So you're talking about $22, $23 an hour. Many of these people have families. This is a cost of living and inflation raise.
Oh yeah.
This is bare minimum. So of course they should get what they're asking for.
I think so.
And, otherwise, do something about these taxes and do something about our inflation.
Amen. And
Carvalho.
Come on, Carvalho. No, yeah. I mean,
okay.
I think, yeah, very good.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and let's hope we have better news in a few days about this situation at LAUSD. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.